what we've been doing is depreciating our assets using straight line depreciation. But there are other ways to depreciate assets. There are other methods for depreciating assets. So what we're going to do in 7.4 is actually depreciate this machine in multiple ways. This is using the double declining balance. This is using the units of production balance. This is using MACRS. Okay, and then we'll talk about when we have natural resources. Okay, because that's not depreciation, that's depletion. Okay, so again, originally we used straight line, took the amount divided by the number of years, and used that amount, that same amount for every year. For the double declining balance, basically what we do is we take 100% and divide it by the number of years of our useful life. So 100% divided by 5 equals 20%. And then we just double that. Okay, so our depreciation rate in the double declining balance is a 40% rate per year. And what this does is it actually causes you to depreciate more at the beginning because your beginning book value is higher. So 40% of a higher number is a bigger number. 40% of a lower number is a lower number. Okay, so your annual depreciation will actually decrease as we go through. Okay, so our rate is 40%. Okay, our beginning book value is the $24,000. Okay, our rate is the 40%. Our depreciation will multiply these two to get this. So 24,000 times 40% is 9,600. Okay, and then of course we take our beginning book value and we subtract our depreciation to get our ending book value. So 24,000 minus 9,600 is 14,400. Okay, and of course our ending book value is the beginning book value for the next year. Again, times your 40% equals 5,760. Subtract those two, 14,400 minus 5,760, 8,640. And then we want to continue that all the way down till we hit our $3,000 in salvage value. This is always 40%. That has 40 cents to it. Okay, so now we don't want to go past 3,000. So we're really not going to worry about the rate. We're just going to depreciate the difference down, so the 110.40 to get us down to our $3,000 salvage value, and that's where we'll stop. Okay, so here, don't go past salvage value. All right. Okay, so that's double declining balance. You find the percentage, and then you use that same percentage all the way down, but do notice that the amount that's depreciating is less each year. Okay, units of production. So this one has to do with something that the useful life is more about how much you use it than the number of years that you keep it. Okay, so you could even do a copy machine. How many copies has it made? A truck. How many miles has it been driven? That kind of thing. Okay, so here we have a machine that we're going to use the units of production depreciation method. Okay, and so the first thing that we have to figure out is what is our depreciation rate. Okay, so our depreciation rate is our original cost minus our salvage value, gives us the 2100, divided by the number of hours or the number of units that we think it will be useful. Okay, so 21,000 divided by 16,000 gives us 1.3125. So the depreciation rate is $1.31 per hour. Okay. All right. Now, in your book, it will always give you the production hours. Okay. So for year one, it tells you the production hours are 2880. For year two, it's 3220, 3150, and 2800. Now, this isn't going to get us down all the way to the end of its useful life, but that's all the numbers they give us, so that's where we're going to stop. Okay, so our beginning book value is 24,000. Okay, production hours. We will multiply the production hours times the rate per hour that we think it's going to depreciate at. Okay, so 2880 times 1.31, 3772.80. Okay, still taking the beginning book value minus the depreciation gives you your ending book value. 222720. That becomes our next book beginning book value. Okay, now 3220 times 1.31, 421820. Our new ending 1600900. That becomes our beginning. $4,126.50. 11,882.50. 2,800 times 1.31. 8214.50. Okay, and again, we're going to stop here because that's all the data we have. Okay, not because we hit a certain number. We didn't go all the way down to 3,000 for the salvage value because they only gave us the production hours for these years. Okay. Okay. So this is a video you need to watch first. There's another video that takes you all the way through 7.4, but when I got to this part, I did it wrong. Okay, and I stopped midway, realizing that I was not using the correct numbers. So, MACRS. this method is really for IRS use only. Okay, most companies are not going to use this method of depreciation. They're going to use straight line or double declining balance or something else. But the IRS says you must use this for tax purposes. So they will actually do this on top of what they do on their normal daily business because they have to. Okay, so what the IRS does, what the government does, is it breaks down assets into categories. And then it tells you how you should depreciate based on that group. Okay? So a 5-year property class includes things like cars, trucks, computers, manufacturing equipment, and office machinery. The 7-year property class includes things like office furniture and fixtures. And this is the table, and these are the percentages. So if you have an asset that falls into one of these categories, then you use these percentages and these percentages only. Okay? The other catch, and this is where I messed up earlier, is that you only multiply these percentages times the original cost every single time, every year, times the original cost. Okay? The percentages themselves decrease, which changes the amount that's depreciated. Okay. So here is our table. Our depreciation table on page 20 tells us what the percentages are for this 5-year class, and our book tells us it's a 5-year class asset. So really the percentages again come straight from the book. 20%, 32%, 19.2%, 11.52% for 2 years, and 5.76%. And again, we multiply this times the original cost every single time. Okay? So, we could almost just do all of the depreciations at once instead of going year by year. But I guess we should really do it the right way. So 24,000 times 20% is 4,800. So our annual depreciation is 4,800. Okay? Our beginning book value is 24,000 minus the 4,800 gives us 19,200, which is the beginning book value for the next year. Okay, and this is what I did wrong earlier. I was multiplying these two. That's not what we do. We need to multiply by the original cost again. So 24,000 times 32% is 7,680. Okay, now we subtract 19,200 minus 7,680, 11,520, 11,520. Okay. Then 19.2% times our original cost. $4,608. Then we subtract 11,520 minus 4,608. 6,912. 11.52% times 24,000. 2,764. Then we'll subtract 6,912 minus 2,764.80. I left off the 80. 4,147.20. Okay, 11.52% times 24,000. So that's the same number again. Subtract 4,147.2 minus 2,764.8. 132.82.40. 132.82.40. 5.76% times 24,000. 1,382.40. Okay? Therefore, that should end up being 0. Okay? They don't want a salvage value either. You have to depreciate it all the way down to 0 on the tax purposes as well. Okay, so these percentages come from the IRS table on page 220 in your book. Okay, and remember to always use the cost when multiplying. Okay, sorry for my mistake. It's like millions of cubic feet or something like that. That's the units that we use. Okay, so what we have to do is figure out what the depletion rate is. So again, we're going to start with our original cost minus our salvage value and then we'll divide that by the number of units of the useful life. So in this case, it's 800,000. Okay, and this gives us a decimal of 0.98. So it's basically 98 cents per MCF. Okay. All right, so 840 minus 60, 780. That's where we get that number. Then we divide it by the 800,000 to give us basically 98 cents per MCF. Okay, so the amount that we pull out of the ground times 0.98. And again, your book will give you the amount recovered. So this is 42,000 MCS, 52,000, 48,500, and 56,400. All right, so now I think I'll do my own math this time. 840,000. Okay, so 42,000 times 0.98 gives me 41,160. Figure out what my ending book value is. 840 minus 41,160. 798,840. Okay, 52,000 times 0.98, 50,960. 798,840 minus 50,960. 747,880. Okay. 48,500 times 0.98. 747,880 minus 47,530. 56,400 times 0.98. 55,272. 700,350 minus 55,272. 645,078. Okay, and then we'll stop here again because that's all the data we have. Okay, not because we've hit some end of useful life or anything like that. Okay? All right, hopefully this helps. Remember, these numbers come from the book. Okay.